American battery technology shareholders are in an absolute state today with the recent 50% drop in its share price. We're going to talk about the reasons why, also what I'm planning to do, and what you could have done to prevent this. Welcome back, everyone, to Buy, Hold, Sell. Hope, of course, you are all well. We're going to get straight into this one. Everyone's crying, been inundated with messages. What are we going to do? What should I do? What should I do? Here we try to break it. So naturally, you're going to go to 11. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit the 11 and then the pullback came. Because of this, MACD's just throwing that little bit of uncertainty into the mix and the weekly chart looking rather bullish. That could easily be the case. But realistically, we're going to pull back. We're just going to pull back. So I'm content to be buying the dips. If we do dip, chances are we're probably going to go down, maybe potentially to about 650 then. Now that I've reminded you about yesterday's video, we'll have a look and see how this has played out. So we can see here, we literally touched this line of about 1150, which was the next level. It was going to sell off. It doesn't matter about fundamental news. It was going to sell off. So well done for those that took profit, because that was obviously brilliant. And we've sold off. And I said it would go to about 650. It actually went below 650. It went to $6. And we can see it went to about this support level, and that's going to be our level of support here. We're hoping that that's going to hold up now. I bought at $6, delighted to get a 50% haircut. I love buying anything on discount, so very, very happy to bought at those levels. We put this all in the Discord as well. I actually bought at 1080, a bit more on the dream that we were potentially going to push out. It was a gamble, put it in. I said, literally, guys, I'm gambling here, and put just a minor small beer. I think I bought another 800 quid's worth, nothing too major. Hedge a bit bets. I thought this might pump over. I got caught up in it a bit, but I don't mind because I want to build up a freaking good position. I'm 300 odd percent up on it. Currently now, with averaging up, I'm about 200% up, but I'm still 200% up on a stock that a month ago I was down on. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining. It's the short term people that are looking for a quick buck and they're jumping on the bandwagon. They've probably jumped in at these levels and they've lost 50% of their money and they're crying. That's what you get with penny stocks. That, well, it was a penny stock. Now it's establishing itself as something a bit more serious. Fundamentally, the news is friggin' fantastic still. But there is fundamental news that has come out, and we'll talk a bit more about the charts and where this is going to go in a moment. But let's just get straight into the news that's come out. If we could go on to ABTC's website, and if you go to the investor section, you can see the SEC filings. There is a current report that came out, and you can click on it and read into it. It's all there, black and white. So for anyone unsure of why this mass sell off, because it didn't just sell off, it tanked. And that's the thing, yes, it hit 11, it was going to cool off, but there was a fundamental change here, and it is completely, the whole arse is completely ripped out of it. But in my opinion, for what it's worth, it's a massive overreaction. I do feel like we've reached the bottom. I would be stunned, truly stunned, if this mass sell-off continued. Now, we're going to see the live open here, and I'm going to record it in this video. We're sitting at 665. I suspect that we'll go down to about that 580 that we touched yesterday, $6. I suspect that this will push on in the opening hours here, so I'm expecting that. I'm prepared for that. And I'm going to be buying more of that. But if we look at the R chart, we're still on a bull run. If we look at the day chart, like, it doesn't even look like it's done anything. You have to take a step back and look at this here. We're going to cool off now. It's going to reset all of these RSIs and MACDs. While it looks quite negative, you can see here, compared to the other day, loads of people starting to buy. People were happy to be buying at discount. So why would that stop? I'm going to explain exactly why it shouldn't stop. What has come out, and as you can see here, pretty much the DOE has decided you aren't getting your 52 million, but this isn't money that American Battery Technology had in its pocket. This isn't, oh shit, we owe them money back. That's not the case at all. This was going to be reimbursed, meaning that American Battery Technology had to have the money of 115 million to do it, and then they would get a refund. So technically speaking, they are down 52 million. But the key thing you have to take from this here is it is not going to stop the fundamental change. It's not going to stop production. It's still not going to stop the project. That's all I give a shit about, because the project is the money. The 52 million reimbursement is, To American battery technology, it is a substantial sum of money, and they will want that, and that's why they're putting in an appeal. It's a wee bit weird that this news came out on the 9th and 10th, and we're only really hearing about it a week later. So this news was all in the background. We don't fully know the reasons behind why the application fell. Is it a government change in stance? I haven't really heard anything too much about that. So I'm wondering, is it a technicality potentially? Is there something in their due diligence that the government's done and went, no, we can't do this reimbursement based on that? Is it a clarity that Ryan and the team can, well, clarify, get it sorted and reimburse? All that could happen. It's going to take time. It's going to be a legal process, or and nothing happens quick in the government. So don't expect anything to change anytime soon. But the project still moves on. We're still going to have all the money coming in, all the things that we were talking about in the other video. All that continues. We're just not getting a £52 million, $52 million, sorry, reimbursement. But we still might get that. That's still an ongoing process. I'm not really concerned. From the long term perspective, delighted, absolutely delighted. I got my $6, chuffed, absolutely chuffed. I'd rather buy a six than nearly 12 yesterday. So yeah, look, I feel sorry for people that are jumping in, but that's the trading mentality. You're not even trading it right. If you were trading it, you should have sold at 11, as I said in the video. So I'm not entirely sure who's the ones that are crying. There's been a lot of people that are crying about it, but learn to trade. The course is 50 quid. Learn to trade. It is going to save you thousands. Learn from these mistakes. But failing that, don't fuck about with stocks if you've no clue what you're doing. This is a high risk, high reward play. It's got massive uncertainty, but it's got a good future and it's ticking a lot of fundamental boxes right now. Just open your eyes a bit. Don't be buying at the peak. Don't get caught up in FOMO. It happens all the time. People get absolutely wrecked in this stock game by buying in FOMO. And I was one of those people 6, 7 years ago. That's exactly what I did. Jumped on the hot thing, and you get burned. You stick your hand in the fire so many times. Eventually, you're going to realize I'm going to get burned, and you're not going to do it no more. We teach all that in the Discord. We teach all that in the trading course. I put £800 in yesterday and got wrecked on that, but I'm not crying about it. It was a gamble. I knew what I was doing. I've increased my position and I bought more at $6. From the long term perspective, I'd rather buy this at $6. And that's just what you've got to look at. I'm holding this. There's always a 20-30 play. At this rate, I'll probably be holding it for decades. But yeah, what would you rather buy at $12 or six? I can buy double the amount of shares. So look, for me, it's a good thing that's happened. I know people won't want to hear that, but for me, it's a good thing it's happened. The £52 million reimbursement. It'd be different if this was funding and the halt of the project. It'd be a completely different attitude. Completely. If there was, we can't do this, we need to raise funds, we need to dilute shareholders more or something, that'd be going, Jesus, not good. But that is not the case. So try not to panic too much. Again, it's speculative because we don't really know the details of why this claim fell through, and it'd be nice to get a bit more clarity on that. And if anyone does have any information, comment down below. But governments are a mess. They make mistakes all the time. This is some jobs worth potentially just oversight and something, just going, no, that could be the case. It could be clarified and sorted out. We don't know. The main thing is the project continues. All the future projections and everything, it's all there. It's just a 52 million reimbursement of cash that we would have got in about, I don't know, a year or something's time. That's not happening. It's not massive. I think, generally speaking, the timing of the news isn't great with the natural pullback that was going to come in the share price. You couple those two things together, traders getting out naturally, bad news, the thing is sunk. Now we're going to see here in 1 minute. Let's see what happens. We can see we're down to 615, 616. We're floating. We're floating. It's going to be an interesting open. From a long-term perspective, I want this cheaper. Like that, that fundamental news, the big pump that we got on the 10th. And it is weird that we got that now. Again, the more you think about it, it is weird. Like he pumped that on the 10th with that news. And I know the timing of the thing and it is what it is, but in the background, they knew they weren't going to get the 52 million. And I'm not saying there's any manipulation that's going on with American battery technology, but it wouldn't be the first time that we've been in a stock that's being manipulated. And that just seems a bit strange that there was bad news in the background, but they were keeping hush to get the good news, get the pump, and now it's selling off. So look, hopefully it's not a complete blowout, and it's not going to just really sell off here. You don't know what's going on in the background and who's doing what, but listen, smart money's sold. if there is any insider trading or anybody that knew this stuff in the background, they're out of this. So this is only going to be retail, in my opinion, that's going to be selling this. And the news came out yesterday. You know, the hedge funds and the investors and the big boys, they've done what they've done. They know what their plan is for the future. They're not selling here on the open. This is going to be retail. So let's watch is who's panicking, because whoever's selling this, if they have taken a loss on this, is insane, in my opinion. I would be definitely averaging down more on this, but let's see. We've opened. We're going to 610. It looks all right. Let's see what this is saying here. Refresh this bad boy. 32%. $6 is the support line. We can see here, you know, that was the level. Pretty much that big pump that we got on the 10th, that's just being wiped out. And we're back to a more natural level, I guess. Look, I'm going to give it another minute here to see, but I don't think this is going to massively sell off. Like, people are buying, and we're up to 619. You know, like the traders, the smart people are looking at this going 50% discount, taking it. People that are digesting the news really and going, it's only a $52 million reimbursement. It doesn't halt anything. The project stands. You know, those people are going to be buying at these levels. I bought yesterday, $6 on the nose. More than happy with that. So we'll just watch. But look, I suspect it could sell off a bit more, but I really don't think it should be anything more than this sort of level. I'd just be stunned. I really, really would be. See what comes. Obviously, we'll keep chatting in the Discord. If you want to learn how to trade and not get wrecked again, £50, $60 or whatever, you will learn everything you need, and you'll get full access and support by myself. That's the video. Look, we're up to 634 here. We're going back to the moon, guys. I'm not worried, guys. Listen, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video.